Thank you for watching. A couple of weeks ago you've seen me unbox this Axial Yeti Score trophy truck kit. Right now the weather sucks, so now I will actually show you what I did building it, and I'm getting ready to get it painted up. But first I wanted to show it to you with a clear body, just so you know what you can get, what you can expect when you get one of these kits. So I didn't do any upgrades. All the upgrades that you see on it so far are upgrades that come with the kit. And I'm just going to tell you about what an enjoyable experience it was to build this, because it really was. There are of course a few tiny points of criticism as well, but I mean that's just so you actually know what to expect. And yeah, so well, I mean, it looked brilliant, doesn't it? It doesn't really have this much travel. I didn't put in the rear body clips because those are a bit of a pain to get in place. But you could tell that there's massive amounts of travel going on. The biggest difference, of course, with a regular Yeti. Let me grab the other Yeti here without hopefully breaking too much stuff. This thing is by no means stock, but you sort of get the idea, right? Is of course body, wheels, stuff like that. This thing is so well developed, I'd say. I mean, I built it pretty well as well, but it's so well developed that it's almost like this was the initial car, and that Yeti, the other one, the one that you know, like that one was the afterthought, because this car is so much more balanced than that one. Now, let's do the nitpicking first. Love the body, I really do. A lot of detail work going on with those vents, with the headlights and the grille. Same system that you perhaps know from the other Yeti, where you have the grille sitting on the outside and the light buckets on the inside. You just put a screw through the Lexan to connect those together, and you're good to go. You can install some of those, some LEDs if you want to. Full light kit, because it also comes with light buckets in the back. I love that rear cage with those molded in fire extinguishers. This thing actually opens up, functioning spare, so all of that is really cool. Spoiler, all very nicely finished. The only thing I don't really like, and let me pull out some of those body clips here. The only thing I don't really like is the way that this part of the body bulges out. Now I hope that you'll be able to pick that up on your screen, but the Lexan over here is very flimsy, and it seems that these exhausts on each end, that just sort of like push it forward too much. And I've tried cutting this in a number of different ways, but I just cannot get this to sit straight. So that's a tiny bit annoying. That's something that I cannot fix with some Velcro, maybe like a strip of carbon or some thicker Lexan on the inside. But yeah, this is a tiny bit of a headache. This thing, I'm gonna try to paint it up tomorrow. And color scheme, most likely I'm going to go with something that fits those method wheels and those king shots. Oh, another thing, I think perhaps a good tip, if you do put one of these together, the front, those vents, don't go cutting slits like Axial suggests. Just take your body reamer, drill 8 holes on each end, push those vents through, and they will really sit more than good enough. So don't go weakening your body any more than you should. Onto the interior. Nice panel, pretty different from what you would find in a regular Yeti. The heads are still way too small, but this thing comes with plenty of stickers to decorate it and to make it look really cool. These helmets should have been approximately, I don't know, like it should have been a size somewhere between this helmet, which is for the Yeti XL, and the helmet that you actually get with it, and that would have been perfect. So perhaps in the future we will see the two people sitting in a car that are a tiny bit more scale than this. But it is cool that it comes supplied with. I see a lot of people doing that Velcro mod, where you can make sure that the interior actually is married with the body, or to the body. I'm not quite sure how to say that. So you don't have to take it out in 2 pieces and it always stays together. Cool idea, and I think I may actually do that with this one. Now, the chassis itself. You would think perhaps, yeah, but it's just like a regular Yeti or whatnot. Well, compared to the trophy truck ready to run, there are a big number of differences. If you are used to an Axial Yeti kit, so the regular Yeti, then this thing may indeed look a tiny bit familiar. So you get some thicker turnbuckles in the front. You get the universals in the front, which is really cool because I mean those are costly if you just need to buy those separately. You do not get any electronics with this kit. People have asked me, does it come with a motor and an ESC? It doesn't, but the price point of it is so good that you're really better off selecting your own. I'm going to run a Castle SCT system in here, most likely with a 4600 motor, a Fataba receiver, and I think a high-tech servo. So that's going to be my electronics of choice. Now, apart from these turnbuckles, the universals, something else of course that catches the eye instantly are those king shocks. Some people think that it's just like a different shock cap and some different adjustment rings and they call it a king shock, and that's not the case. There's a machine Delrin piston on the inside which makes for some really smooth shock action. So that is indeed something that you can also consider an upgrade. You see those lower link plates sitting here on the bottom trailing arms. You can also purchase some. Those are an upgrade, of course, stiffening up that whole rear end. You can also purchase those for the top. That will be an option, but I do recommend getting that. I did that on my regular Yeti as well, and it does stiffen up the back quite a bit. Comes with the sway bar. You can get some optional aluminium anodized retainers for that one as well as these carriers or connectors to the main chassis. Those can also be purchased in aluminium. Now, the biggest surprise I find with what's been delivered in upgrades are the machined spiral cut gears, both in the front and in the back diff. So that makes for a way more durable drivetrain, and I think that's good thinking on Axial's behalf because nobody likes to pull diffs. So getting that in a bit higher quality metal and instantly spiral cut is a very good thing. Now, apart from all that stuff, you of course see this huge front bumper. I like it, very simple, no excessive decorations going on over there. The body mounts of course are different, and well, that basically covers it. Overall it feels way more balanced than the Yeti that I'm used to. It also uses the same weight shock oil front and back, so it's 30 weight oil all around. Instead of having a 30 in the front and 10 in the back, I believe it was with the other Yeti. So that kind of goes to show that this thing is very balanced on paper already. And you can tell how much weight is actually hanging in the back with the front body clips not being in place. So, paint scheme that I got planned. Most likely some orange, most likely some blue, some light blue. I'm thinking perhaps I'm going completely black on the rest of the body. I want to keep it a tiny bit period correct, so early 80s sort of paint scheme. And I hope it will turn out pretty cool. If you want to follow along and see how it will actually turn out, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. If you have any comments, questions, leave them in the box below and I will try to answer your question or reply to your comments. And if you want to have more information about this truck, go check out the links in the description box. I will make sure that there's a link to the Axial Racing website where you can read up on this car and see what it's all about, if this video wasn't adequate enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you around. Go have fun with your cars. Do not be afraid to purchase a kit as your first car. It's a very enjoyable experience to build one. It will take approximately 8 to 10 hours of your time, but it will also give you a really good understanding of what the car is about, and if you eventually, perhaps at some stage, need to troubleshoot it, you will find it way easier if you know that you have put it together and you know where all the screws and bolts go. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye bye.